Hello everybody. Today I would like to show you a way to create chain structure on a surface using Rhino 6. Okay, let's start. In order for us to do this tutorial, we need to have the paneling tools plugin installed. Okay. One way to install the paneling tool plugin is to visit this URL to download the respective version of the installer for your version of Rhino. There's an easier way to download and install the installer if you're using Rhino 6. I'm going to show you how to do it. At the command prompt, type test package manager. Press enter. Make sure that you are connected to the internet. We'll wait for the software to fetch the available packages. Okay, select the plugin that you want to install. In our case is paneling tools. Select it, click download and install. I'm not going to do the installation because I already done it, so I'm going to click cancel. So once you've done the installation, you'll notice that the paneling tools plugin will have been installed onto Rhino. Okay, so let's move on to do the paneling work. Okay, in order for us to do the paneling work, we need to have several components. The first one we need to have, obviously, is the individual piece that you want to be chained onto the surface. So you need the individual piece design as well as the surface that you want these individual pieces to be paneled onto. There's another component that needs to be created. That is a bounding box. Okay, this is a bounding box which can easily be created using the box command. Okay, what is the purpose of the bounding box, you may ask? Okay, let me do an illustration to help you understand the function of the bounding box better. Okay, basically the bounding box is used to align the individual pieces in such a way that the interlocking comes into play. You can see that over here I've designed the individual pieces in such a way that when the bounding box are aligned corner to corner, the the individual pieces they are chained up. Okay, let me just duplicate another two more of this object to illustrate this better. Okay, you can see that now we have four sets of this, and let me just remove the bounding box. Okay, you can see that the bounding box is helping the individual pieces to be aligned to one another. And in this case, you can see that the interlocking is effective in both the horizontal as well as the vertical axis. Okay, with the various components created, we can proceed to do our paneling work. Okay, so firstly, we need to create the first set of the paneling grids. go to paneling tools, create paneling grid. In our example, we're going to use something simple called the surface domain number. Okay, so select the surface to divide. Okay, this one. Press enter. Now you will be prompted to give the values for the number of points on the U and the V span. In our case here, I'm going to use the 18 points for the U span and uh, okay, let me just and 30 for the V span. Okay, let me just repeat the command again. Okay, press enter. So the important part to remember is to set the group to yes. Okay, so press enter to create your first set of grids. Okay, so we have the first set of grids. So now I need to create a second set of grid to define the that correspond to the height, more or less correspond to the height of the bounding box over here. So I go to paneling tools, grid utility, offset points. Okay. Firstly, define the distance. Okay, the distance should roughly correspond to the height of the bounding box, or to the height that you desire. Okay, press enter. So now it asks you to select point. So I select the point. Press enter. You ask you for the surface. So this is surface. Okay, I got the second set of the grid points. Okay, now we can proceed to place the components onto the surface. So go to paneling tools, paneling from grid, select panel custom 3D variable. Okay, so it asks you for the first bounding grid. So first bounding grid is the first set that we created. Press enter. Now it asks you for the second bounding grid. Okay, this is the second one. Press enter. Okay, in the next step we'll be presented with various options. So what we need to do is click onto the pattern method. Make sure that the method used is list. Okay, is list. Then go to the distribution method. Make sure that the method used is mean curvature. Okay. Okay, so press enter. So now it will prompt you for the first module object. So your module object will be the okay. Press enter. Now Rhino will ask you for the bounding space. Okay, the bounding space will be the box that we have created. Okay, this. Okay, press enter. When prompted for the second module object, we just press enter because we don't have a second module object. Okay, so the software will start to do its calculation to panel the object onto the surface. It might take a while as this kind of work is computationally intensive. Okay, it's done. Okay, as you can see, the individual pieces has been paneled onto the surface and is interlocking in the way as we have designed it. Okay, so now that the individual pieces has been placed onto the surface, we can hide or delete the surface and the and the grids. Okay, as you can see, this is a very computationally intensive work, and my computer is having a hard time shading the model. Okay, that's it for our tutorial. Hope that has been useful to you. See you around. Bye.